had a tree full of these beautiful Sambokan lemons that I had to take down before the frost or the last freeze that we got that was really hard. So that gives me about 100 of these to do something with before they go bad. They're delicious. They're a cross between a pomelo, a mandarin orange, and they've got a little bit less than 1% citron. But what they taste like is lemonade right off the tree. It's beautiful, sweet. You can just pick it and eat it and it tastes like lemonade. You don't have to add any sugar. So they have a much higher sugar content than most lemons do. For instance, your grocery store lemon is a Eureka lemon, and that has about 2.5 grams per 100 grams of sugar content. And then you might be familiar with like the Myers lemon, and that has 2 to 3, just depending on, you know, growing conditions and how they're bred. They vary a little bit how much sugar they have, but they're not really much less sugar or much more sugar than the grocery store lemon. They just have a perceived sweetness because they have a lower acid. But this has 7 grams of sugar per 100 grams. So it's very sweet. It's almost like eating an orange that tastes like a lemon. So what I'm doing on these is I'm going to salt preserve some of them and stuff them in this jar and see what happens. You can salt preserve oranges, so I don't see, this should work. I've only done things like that are very tart, like calamondins or key limes or limes or lemons, and I love them. But I'm gonna try it with these sweet lemons today. Maybe I should get a fork. Stop trying to murder my hands. I'm taking out the seeds because seeds have a lot of pectin, and they'll make the juice that's in there almost like a gelatin, and it will do that just with the pectin in the rind. So if you don't take out some of your seeds, you end up with almost gelatinous goo. Well, it's gelatinous goo either way, but this way it's at least not set jello. It's more goopy, but not ridiculous. Anyway, and we'll see how it goes. See what it tastes like. I don't know what it'll taste like. I've tried preserving lemons in every way possible. I've tried the honey lemon preserve, which I think is vile. I don't know what they're doing to keep there's something called a reaction in lemons, something about limonene or something like that. When you try to freeze them or store them, that the bitter just comes out of nowhere. And when I try to freeze lemon juice or lemon peels, they are so nasty bitter. But when I salt preserve them, I don't get that. It's not disgusting. And it looks delicious with the honey, but it's gross. It's just bitter and nasty. Maybe other people like the bitter flavor. I don't prefer bitter flavors. I love lemons. I will eat a regular lemon straight off of the tree. So these to me are almost a little bit too unlemony. I prefer my lemonade sour too. And yeah, it's a lot of salt. You want these thoroughly coated in salt. That already smells good. I'm gonna try one. Although salt on my lemons, I will eat a grocery store lemon, the Eurekas, with salt. It brings out the sweetness. So these are already sweet. I don't know what that would taste like. That's not bad. It's weird, but I think these are going to be good. So then I'm just gonna layer these in a jar and then squish them down. Some people leave them out on the counter forever and ever. I don't. I just stick them in the fridge and use them out of the refrigerator. But I have plenty of fridge space, so you can leave them out. I think they're really good at about the 2-week mark. And then they're the best after a month or 2. And they never last me that long, maybe 6 months. I like to use them with chicken, tofu, just a butter pasta with some herbs. And I'm not gonna lie, I will eat the key lime ones straight from the jar. Just, they're so good. So I am looking forward to this experiment. And when you smush them down, you're gonna get all the juice coming out and making just a jar full of juice. And I do mean smush them down. You really have to pack them in there. Or you don't have to. I guess I've seen people do it where they just fill the holes with salt. And I don't know the reasoning behind that methods. But I just smush the crap out of them. Of course, I'm always trying to get as many in there as I possibly can because I love them. I think you can use too much salt. You can rinse them before you use them, or you can use them as the salt in your dish. The liquid will start to rise, and you want it full of liquid, so you can use your liquid from other lemons that you do something else with, or you can just put enough in here to squish it down and get your own lemon juice. I've never had to fill it with lemon juice before, or other juice before, I don't think. But I didn't put the peel in there. And these are off of my own tree, but you can buy them as long as you're rinsing the peel really good, because you do eat the peel. The peel turns into some sort of magic deliciousness with this process that doesn't make any sense. See, no, we just added maybe 2 more and we've got juice up to the top. Now you can use glass weights at this point, or you can just coat the top with a layer of salt. But I'm gonna see if I can stick some glass weights in there. I don't know if I can or not. This is an odd shaped jar. Or if I even have any, because I've been making sauerkraut. I'm out of glass weights. There's one. There's 2 in there. Rinse it off. Quick wash. And that is going to kind of hold them down with the lid. Let me put the lid on. I normally do this in plastic lids, but I wanted this one to be prettier, I think. So we'll see how that turns out. Give it a couple weeks. I made too many to fit into that jar, so I'm going to cheat and see if I can squeeze it and then drop it in there and fit it all into this jar. There we go. I'm going to add more salt because I didn't quite salt these the way that I think I should have. And to be safe, you need 2 tablespoons per quart-sized jar, so that is plenty. right there in this littler jar, plus what I already had in there. Should be fine. There we go.